The Ottawa Senators are extremely pleased to select from the Boston U Terriers, Brady Tkachuk.
Derek Brassard drops, going in, scores! 2-on-1, goes around.
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_ for all live to updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. As well, please check out our sponsor, SeatGeek.com, or download the app in the App Store and use our promo code SensTalk, save $20 off your first purchase. Now, tonight's game is between the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs in Ottawa, as the Leaf fans took over the building like usual, but there was more Sens fans than they were last time, so there was obviously more Leaf fans than Sens fans in the Canadian Tire Centre tonight, but there was a good amount of Sens fans compared to the last game the Leafs came to Ottawa, which was completely only blue. There was a lot of red. Compared to last time. Now, there are a couple of fun stats to get to before we get to the game itself. Sens have won 2 of their last 3 against Toronto this season, looking to win the season series. They are 13-5-2 in their last 20 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. As well, the Sens are 8-3-1 in their last 12 against the Toronto Maple Leafs at home, outscoring the Leafs 48-32 in that span. Keep in mind, majority of these games were when the Senators were not so good. So that the cup-contending Toronto Maple Leafs have lost 2 out of 3, and the Sens won this game, so 3 out of 4 to the Ottawa Senators. So have fun, Toronto, playing the Bruins. Let's get to this game because I am pumped up. Bottker's out. Burrow's out. He's injured. Hopefully he gets better soon. Zach Smith is back in. Starting goaltenders, Craig Anderson for the Ottawa Senators. Played like he was in his prime. Absolutely great game by him. Garrett Sparks for the Toronto Maple Leafs, trying to get the Leafs a spark. To the first period we go, where the Sens and Leafs are equaled at 0 apiece, but Craig Anderson's the reason. It was not 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5-0 Toronto. Multiple big stops, keeping the Sens in it as the Sens got outshot mightily 18-7 in that first period. We move to the second period now. 5:25 in. Anthony Duclair rips it 5-hole. I mean, I didn't even react when this goal went in. He just took that slap shot, went in and out. It was like, bing. It was right away out. What a shot from Anthony Duclair. His 17th of the year from Oscar Lindberg and Magnus Pajärvi, the Leaf killer. The Sens up by 1. It's 1-0. Duclair this was his 6th goal. He had an empty netter, so 7 goals in his last 17 games played for the Ottawa Senators for Anthony Duclair. We move on now. The Leaf killer, Magnus Pajärvi, rips it 5-hole. Ottawa 2, Toronto 0. Assisted by Anthony Duclair. The Senators take the 2-0 lead on an awful turnover from Austin Matthews, and Pajärvi capitalizes on that one. Moving forward to the most exciting period of the Senators season, in my opinion. There was so much happening in this period. Austin Matthews, 5 minutes in, on the power play, rips it by Craig Anderson. No chance for him. His shutout streak ends at 127 minutes. 2-1 game now. Matthews 37th of the year from Mitch Marner. Moving forward, 27 seconds later, Chris Turney with an awful turnover after Sanders 3-on-2 finds Connor Brown, who rips it glove side on Craig Anderson. The game is tied at 2 apiece on Brown's 8th of the year from Ron Hainsey. But minutes later, and I mean a minute later, a 3-on-2 attack for the Sanders, and Cody Ceci, boom! A 3-2 Sens lead. He roofs it past Garrett Sparks, gives the Senators a spark. It's a 3-2 Sens lead now. And the best thing about this, Brady Tkachuk and Colin White got the assist on the goal, and Cody Ceci is just pounding on the boards in front of all the Leaf fans, and just edging them on. It was the funniest thing. And then there was a Sens fan there, right where Cody Ceci was banging on the boards. I was just going like this. It was the best thing. And then after that goal, the Senators, lots of times in that period, the Senators had great cycling capabilities, and 5 or 6 times they probably could have scored on Garrett Sparks. They only scored that one in an empty netter, but Sparks made a big save on Brady Tkachuk, who tried to beat him 5-hole, but Pajot and Lindberg and Gibbons and our bottom players are playing really well, and our top players are playing really well too, so it's kind of weird to see that. But the Senators had a lot of chances, so did the Leafs. If you check Senators Twitter, they just tweeted a video. I just got the thing. So they just tweeted out the video of Anderson's miraculous save on Mitch Marner. You got to check that save out. Maybe the save of the year. Great movement from post to post to make that robbery of a stop, to keep the Senators' momentum alive. But that third period, this was the game of the year, in my opinion, for the Ottawa Senators. The win helps, but just the pure playoff atmosphere, the pure competitiveness on the ice, the care from both teams, the skill level that the Sens actually displayed and the Leafs obviously have, the way the teams played, the goals that were scored, the momentum shifts. This felt like a playoff game and was easily the game of the year for the Ottawa Senators and not for the Toronto Maple Leafs for obvious reasons. We move forward now. Pajärvi, 7 points in his last 3 games versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. 6 points in his last 3 games versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. He is the Leafs killer, as Pajot is the Habs killer. Move on now with a minute and a half to go on the power play. Anthony Duclair, bingo, bango, bongo, second of the game, 18th of the year for Brady Tkachuk and Colin White. The Senators win 4-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Senators win the season series. They win 3 out of 4 versus the Maple Leafs. Beautiful. Yeah, team stats. Let's get to the shots on goal, then the team stats. Toronto, Prairie shot, Ottawa shot. They got 2, 44-22 the final there. Face-offs, Ottawa lost the face of battle badly, 33-20 in favor of the Leafs. Power plays, both teams 1 for 3. The 1 goal for the power play for the Senators was that empty netter, but it still counts nonetheless. Hits for 30-26 in favor of the Leafs as well. Third star of the game, dominated and sweep by the Ottawa Senators. Third star, 2 assists on the night, Brady Tkachuk. Second star, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points on the night, Anthony Duclair. And first star, by far, the reason the Senators won this game, number 41, Craig Anderson, 955 save percentage, 42 shots. Stopped on 44 shots on net. 17-25-4 is the record for him. Attendance tonight was 18,655, which I believe is a sellout. Obviously, a lot of Leaf fans there, but a good amount of Sens fans, considering the reasoning with all the Leaf fans there. But before we get to the Sens talk show of the night, I just got to say, it's always fun to beat the Leafs. I love beating the Habs, but beating the Leafs is always something else because Leaf fans, not all, there's some nice Leaf fans, but notoriously on Twitter, I always get bashed from Leaf fans when I tweet. It's just funny, it's just fun to beat them because they say, oh, you don't have your first round draft pick, blah, blah, blah. They keep on roasting, but I just come back with, we just won 3 out of 4 against you guys, cup contenders, my ass, kind of thing, But I don't know. They're in the playoffs and we're not, so they have that going for them, but they'll get out in the first round to Boston. But if you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan watching this, you guys can't do anything in the playoffs without defense. So I'm just gonna be like an NHL analyst right now. You guys are not going to get better until you get defense. I don't know if you have money for that, but you're not going to get better until you get a better defense. Besides that, let's get to the Sens Stock Star of the Night. Voted by you, the fans, in one of the most fun videos I've made all season. I forgot to mention one more thing. The Senators DJ played the Toronto Maple Leafs win song, which is Daryl Hall and John Oates' You Make My Dreams, the Make My Dreams Come True song. That was the last song they played before the Sens goal horn went off, which was an ultimate troll job over the Toronto Maple Leafs. I love that. I wanted to throw that in. Now let's get to the Sens Stock Star of the Night. What about the fans? Good amount of votes, so over 50 votes, so let's get to that. Fourth star of the night with 3% vote, Magnus Pajärvi. Kind of shocked. 6 points in his last 3 games against the Maple Leafs. Got that 2-0 goal. Automatically, that line with him, Gibbons, and Lindbergh has been absolutely spectacular. Pajärvi's had a good year, so I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be against those guys coming back potentially. They've had a good line, and it would be nice to have them plugged into the fourth line. I think that'd be one of the best fourth lines. Great defensive abilities and great offensive capabilities as well. Good line, keep them there. Third star, Brady Tkachuk, number 7, 2 assists on the night. He could have got a goal, but Sparks, with one of his rare stops, made that stop. But he had 2 assists tonight, and Brady Tkachuk's just Brady Tkachuk. He's all over the ice. He drew a call with 2:07 left, really sealed the deal for the Senators. The reason the Senators got that power play goal is because Andreas Johnsson, after getting out of the box for tripping the Senators, he cross-checked Brady Tkachuk on a nice play by Brady to draw that penalty. And Johnsson, of course, going crazy. He's a little crybaby. But Brady Tkachuk, nice draw play there. He's the complete package. I can't wait to see this kid grow to his full potential. 29% of the vote is number 2 on the board, Anthony Duclair, 3-point night. And usually he would be the number 1 star, but we'll get to that in a second. Duclair, once again, just showing off his speed throughout the night. He has chemistry with everybody. He's a guy. I wouldn't be shocked if this kid becomes one of the biggest steals in the last couple of years for a trade. This guy, I don't know why John Tortorella didn't play this guy. He has 7 goals. He's 15. He's basically a point per game player for the Ottawa Senators. It's a short product, I know, but the speed and skill he has, I don't know why people four teams before us have given up on this kid. This kid clearly has skill and is ready and is a top 6 player in the NHL, in my opinion. But nonetheless, he's ours now, and hopefully he'll never go. 63% of the vote, overwhelming majority for the Sens talk. Star of the night, number 41, Craig Anderson. A huge night for him. 42 shots stopped on 44 attempted on him. This 955 save percentage. He was the reason the Sanders won this game. That first period, they got outshot by over double. 18-7, and he made some big stops, especially that third period. A lot of other large stops. I'm not gonna say big a lot, but Craig Anderson, one of his best games of the year against one of the biggest rivals for the Ottawa Senators, and not the biggest, in front of the home crowd. As the Senators win this one 4-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. The next one is on April 1st, not April Fools. This is really going to happen. This game against the Bolts is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, April 1st. But besides that, the Senators win this one 4-2 as well. Belleville won today against in the shootout today against the Americans, I believe. So they're up by 1 point against Cleveland, and they're playing a game against them later this week, I believe. Besides that, the Senators win 4-2. A huge victory for the Ottawa Senators in the game of the year. I'll see you on April 1st when the Sens take on the Bolts. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. So please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_. For live to see the games and, of course, breaking news, please like us on Facebook at SensTalk, add us to circles on Google Plus SensTalk, click the big red button down there, and subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video wherever circle stuff. Like this video, share this video, circle stuff. Please check out our website, SensTalkCentral.com, and please check out our sponsor, SeatGeek.com, or download the app in the App Store and use the promo code SensTalk to save $20 off your first purchase. Besides that, thank you for watching. Senators win 4-2. I'll see you April 1st when the Sens take on the President's Trophy winner, Tampa Bay Lightning. I'll see you then. Go Sens, go! Huge win.